Hey everyone, and welcome to a little twist on a story we covered before. Aaron Spencer, the name probably rings a bell. The man who probably showed most of us what his true character was and how a man should react when the law fails. Because it's the man who woke up one night, found his 14-year-old daughter missing, went out looking for her, found her in a car with a 67-year-old man who had no no reason to be anywhere near her. Actually, he had a court order saying you can't be anywhere near this lady because he already groomed her before. Things happened. That man isn't breathing anymore. Aaron was charged, and there was the weirdest gag order that I've seen in a lot of cases that probably led a lot of us crime troopers, true crimers, to look an extra little bit into this case because most of us could probably understand where he's coming from. But in the newest twist in this case, this is on the twit.
Hello, Lone Oak. My name is Aaron Spencer. Many of you know my story. I'm the father who acted to protect his daughter when the system failed. I'm also a husband, a combat veteran of the 82nd Airborne Division, a contractor, and a farmer. And through my own fight for justice, I have seen firsthand the failures in law enforcement and in our circuit court. And I refuse to stand by while others face these same failures. That's why I'm announcing my candidacy to run for Lone Oak County Sheriff. This campaign isn't about me. It's about every parent, every neighbor, every family who deserves to feel safe in their homes and safe in their community. It's about restoring trust, where neighbors know law enforcement is on their side and families know that they will not be left alone in a moment of need. Together, we can build a safer, stronger Lonoke County for every family. I'm Aaron Spencer, and I'm running for sheriff of Lonoke County.
So that's probably a first that I have seen covering true crime stuff. And this is a different case because we can sit here as we often do and discuss, well, the law says this and the law says that. But there's also some point where you have to take a step back and said, I myself, as a father of two young women, if anything like this has happened when they were 14 years old, and the system didn't do anything but slap a no contact order on the perpetrator, and he then came back and got in contact with this kid, what would I do? This isn't some vigilante movie where Charles Bronson goes out and take out the trash, but he is kind of becoming a symbol of a failing police that doesn't fix problems, that'll always be minutes away when you have seconds. He found this guy who shouldn't be anywhere near his daughter, and he protected his child. We live, especially me in Denmark, in a very high trust society. We give the state a lot of power. With that power, we expect the state to take care of us, to protect us, to protect our kids. This sadly just don't happen that often. And what would you have done if you woke up to a dog barking and a kid missing? Well, he showed us what he did. And now he is saying, I'm not the only one who's been mistreated by the system. Now I want to go in and help you out. I want to help everyone out so they get justice. Not this, well, yeah, we'll look at it. Hey, this guy is a former police officer. Let's slap him with some, yeah, he'll get a small bond and maybe a GPS and it'll be fine. No, he went out and fixed the problem. Is it the right way, vigilante justice? No. But is it understandable? Well, that's for everyone's own morals to decide. Again, having two young daughters, well, they're not daughters as much as they're young women now, having them seen grown up, and especially that vulnerable period around 13, 14, 15-year old, where a lot of bad stuff can happen if they meet the wrong person. Hey, as I said, Dad of the Year material right here. He took out the trash when the police didn't do it. He ended up being charged with second-degree murder. He got a very strange gag order put on him on his entire family. He's probably going to pay some price. If not, the jury does what I think a lot of us think the jury should do. The jury nullification is probably one to use in a case like this. And we saw it in the OJ case. That was a payback because of the beating of black people in LA. No doubt about it. It was pure payback. In this case, there should probably be some jurors who think never in a million years. This guy went through hell. The year before that, this absolute cesspit of a human had used his daughter, groomed his daughter. This guy had over 60 charges against him for bad stuff with kids. And he's sitting alone with your daughter after midnight in a car. What would you do? If I was on the jury, of course, I would always be very objective and look at all the evidence and then draw my conclusion. But I know other people would probably look at this and say, if that was my little bunny, yeah, I would probably be riding shotgun with this guy. We have to see how it goes. He's now running for sheriff. This is going to test a lot of people's morals because vigilantism isn't right. But if you have a broken justice system where child predators can get out on nothing, where people, and we have seen this sadly a lot in America lately, people get these ridiculously low bonds for extreme crimes just because it seems like judges has become politicians and want to change the world from the bench, which is not their role. They should be looking at justice and dealing out justice. But they're going to go in here and set a $2,500 bail for a man who has over 60 charges for bad stuff with kids. Is it a surprise when people says no more? No more. We got to protect our own and our family. And if the system won't do it, the system that we pay, the system that we give power, then who is going to help us? This man is now running for sheriff to be that man for the rest of the county. Let's hope that the jury sees his charges as I see them. And if I was in that county and had an option to vote for sheriff next year, I'm pretty sure I would vote for this guy. If nothing else, to get rid of all these old boys club members that we see over, over everywhere in America, where we just do the same thing year after year. And the only one who is not benefiting is the people they are sworn to protect. The Western world is in a crisis right now because there's way too much dragging in every direction. The state has forgotten the most important part. We give you power to protect us. If you don't keep your end of the bargain, what will happen to our end of the bargain? Aaron went out there and showed the world what a dad can do. And now, if he gets to be the sheriff, it's going to be very interesting to see if he can do more, if he can change all of this bad behavior that we see over and over and over again. Because the problem, first of all, is crime, mental health problems. But activists, judges, and DAs is also a massive problem. They look at the wrong people and put them away, and then people who they feel sorry for are back out in the street making all the crimes again. This isn't how justice should be. Justice should be blind, but it should also be justice. Aaron Spencer, Father of the Year, and now running for sheriff. It's going to be a case we keep an eye on.